As a man of the people, I want to stop people from making mistakes. These are tips that I wish I knew sooner, and tricks and game knowledge for players who are now entering Midnight, maybe they just hit cap level. Maybe they're currently just working through things before the season kicks off. Here are kind of some points as to how to spend your crests, how not to spend your crests, what to do with your sparks right now. What are some of the best strategies heading into the season in terms of what you should and shouldn't be doing, what you should and shouldn't be spending. Let's get to this one here from the Comeback Kids.
Okay, Midnight has arrived, and I've spent countless hours learning everything top to bottom, and I'm here to guide you step by step. In today's video, we're breaking down the biggest mistakes people are making in Midnight and how you can avoid them, from tricks to gain substantially more reputation faster, to making hundreds of thousands of gold pretty much AFK, and even faster and more efficient gearing upgrades, and some other big mistakes you guys need to look out for. So if you're ready to make the best use of your time and avoid getting overwhelmed in Midnight, let's jump right into it. Immediately, one of the biggest mistakes players are making right now is spending their crest upgrading low item level gear, especially adventure and veteran pieces. Now listen, I completely understand.
Sam, we're in week 2, this doesn't matter. What do you mean it doesn't matter? If you're going to spend crest this week, it's clearly a mistake. Listen to the man. Open your ears. I'm trying to help the people out here.
Understand why people are doing this. Right now, veteran gear is some of the best gear you can get in the game before season starts, so it feels natural to start dumping crest into your gear. But once you understand how the crest conversion system actually works, doing this is usually a pretty big mistake. In retail, WoW, crest upgrades in tiers, and once you outgrow a crest tier in the game, it will let you convert your lower crest into higher crest. Now, let me break this down. For example, once you reach item level 237 in every single slot, you unlock the ability to convert your adventurer crest into veteran crest. From there, once you hit item level 250 in every slot, you can convert veteran crest into champion crest, and the system continues upward through the gear tiers. And just to be clear here, this is
45 to 15. Was it 45 before as well? I'm just looking at the crest conversion. I knew we got 15 out of the previous conversions as well, but I can't remember if it was 45 up to, then that would convert up to the next level 15 of that currency. Someone, I don't know, comment on it. I can't remember, but I know we got 15 out of every conversion. It was 45? Okay, good. So they haven't changed that.
In your average item level, you actually need to reach that watermark in every slot for the conversion unlocked to trigger the achievement. Now, I know this sounds very, very confusing, but if you just follow the item level brackets you see on screen here, you'll be perfectly fine. The reason this matters is because when Season 1 launches on March 17th, players will start getting champion gear very quickly from doing things like Bountiful Delves, Nightmare Prey, and those activities can reward champion track gear almost instantaneously, which means the adventurer and veteran gear you're upgrading right now is going to get replaced very quickly. So if you spend all of your crest upgrading that gear today, you're essentially upgrading items you're going to swap out in literally just a week's time from now. So instead, the smarter play is to...
That makes sense. Yeah, just get the champion gear when the season goes live. Literally, you're going to get all that shit probably in day 1 if you're really playing this game. You're going to fill out all your shit with champion gear, and then by not spending those crests, now you can upgrade all those crests to champion level crests, and now blast that champion gear up. Bam, you're now at heroic, now you're going to get to that heroic level conversion, and that's where the real end game starts, is really heroic level gear.
Save those crests, convert them into higher tier crests later down the line once you hit those breakpoints, and then funnel them directly into that champion or eventually hero track gear when the season opens up. Immediately following that, another massive mistake players are making right now is wasting their sparks on the wrong crafted gear. I have already heard people saying they're crafting things like rings, bracers, or even boots.
Don't feel bad if you did already. I mean, you're still putting yourself ahead on item level, and some of these slots are still good to craft in, but yeah, I kind of agree the weapon is the way to go.
And honestly, that's a pretty big problem, and one of the main reasons I'm even making this video. The reason for this is simple. The biggest power spike you can get on your character from crafting is almost always going to be your weapon, 99.9% of the time.
Of course.
Crafting something like bracers or boots gives you a very small upgrade compared to what a weapon could provide you. So using your spark on those slots right now is basically throwing away one of your most valuable resource and upgrade items. Right now, you have the opportunity to craft a weapon that can reach around 259 item level with the exact stats you want. And
your favorite thing, crafting. Yeah, you guys know how I feel about crafting. I never really participated in the system, but I do get my weapon crafted many times. Yeah, so I've gotten the crafted weapon a lot of times. Like you said, it's the biggest boost you can possibly get. Getting that top-end crafted weapon is a big deal. And the only time I ever replace a crafted weapon these days is if there's some kind of like ability, weapon in the raid, right? Where it's like a best-in-slot weapon from the raid because the ability that it offers as well.
even an embellishment if you choose. That is a nuclear jump in power compared to almost any other slot you can craft. The best part about all of this is that crafted gear
Like
is
Ferox, yeah.
recraftable. So once the season starts and you actually begin earning this higher tier crest,
Well, even last season, I think Sal Hadar, the badass looking mace that he would drop, the spiky void ball one, I forgot what it's called because I forget a lot of shit. But if you got that one in the mythic version, its ability was popping off enough that it was better than the crafted weapon. But I didn't get it in mythic, so it didn't matter.
you can simply just recraft that same weapon to a higher rank instead of replacing it entirely.
just held my
It's
crafted weapon the
much
whole
cheaper
season.
and lets you keep upgrading the same item over time. The correct play here is do not waste your sparks on awful bullshit items like boots, bracers, or rings. Your first priority should almost always be a weapon, and then
Right.
later on you can start filling in other slots. Another thing a lot of players are overlooking right now is the champion gear you can earn from Renown
tracks,
right
yeah.
now. Midnight launched with 4 different Renown factions, and each one of them has a quest that rewards a champion slot for that reputation rank. We'll show the ranks on screen for you right
Yeah,
here.
if you're cap level, this is like the one to do thing, honestly. Like everything else is pretty optional, but right now just doing the renown tracks and getting this champion gear, which is essentially just free. I mean, you could do these renown tracks pretty quickly and pump through them. You've already gained ranks just from doing the quest that took you through the original journey in Midnight. So, this should be your kind of main to-do list, I would say. If I was cap, this is what I'd be doing. I'm not cap because I'm enjoying the game. I didn't rush this fucking process. But I'm just saying, if you are cap, get this shit done. It's champion level gear.
So you guys can find it easily. And right now that is a very big deal because Champion Track is the highest item level gear you can literally obtain in the game right now until March 17th. So like we said before, each faction rewards you with a different slot at a renowned rank for that champion gear. For example, Silver Moon Court at rank 9, Amani Tribe at rank 9, the Heroneer at rank 8, and the Singularity faction at rank 7. So you can get all of these pieces of gear. And now the obvious next
and also for these ranks, I mean, we have, because we've unlocked the those like weekly world quests in Silver Moon. Now you can pick which one of these, right, that you contribute rank to once you complete those quests, those weekly quests. So contribute the rank to whichever one's your lowest, right, to get it up. And then just remember that Amani and Silver Moon, you got to go a bit higher on those. The Singularity is only rank 7.
And now the obvious next question is, okay, how do I farm renown quickly? How do I get my renown up? Well, the obvious sources, of course, are going to be your main story quest, your side story quest, world quest, and weekly activities, of course. But the real trick a lot of players are missing are the exploration reputation sources. For example, throughout every zone in the game, there are lore objects tied to the Midnight Lore Hunter achievement, and looting each one of these gives you 250 reputation for that zone's renowned faction. There are also the highest peaks achievement where you click on those little telespokes on specific mountaintops, and each one of those give 100 reputation as well.
Nice.
Additionally, for the Herondar specifically, you have those daily activities in the bottom left side of Herondar, which can give you a bunch of reputation every single day. And when you combine all this together, the lore objects, the telescope, the exploration points, treasures, all this stuff in the dailies, you actually gain thousands of reputation very, very quickly, which is why I'm able to have almost every single one of my renowns up to level 10 right now, and we're absolutely blasting through this thing. Additionally, we do have a couple tips for the prey system, which is one of Midnight's brand new features, and this is the system where you track down targets out in the world by slowly progressing.
This system seems to have gotten some pretty good reviews early on. The whole thing about the prey system that I'm worried about is that this thing is just going to fall off once the Mythic Plus season goes live. Right now, people are enjoying it because it's a decent source of gear to start the season. But once the season goes live, or I should say to start the preseason, but once the actual season goes live, yes, we're going to get the, Nightmare version of these, which will be a higher level of the prey feature, which will give you better gear. But I just think they're kind of lacking in terms of they're not going to give gear that's really relevant like 2 weeks into the season. So I don't know if anyone's going to do the prey system anymore at that point, because, you know, players chase gear. That's just how it works. But for now, people are enjoying the prey system.
On the hunt until your prey finally
It'll be an
appears.
alt
Now,
thing?
listen,
Yeah,
there's
maybe.
nothing wrong with just progressing through this system naturally while you're doing other activities within the zone, but there are a few tricks that can speed up the hunt substantially that a lot of players seem to overlook.
It's not pre-watched. I'm not fucking pre-watching. If I'm saying anything before he says it, can't we just chalk it up to Samiccus is a knowledgeable man? He's a man who cares to research these things and read up on them for the people so he can comment on them for the people. What about that? You always pre-watch? Okay, unbelievable. These allegations are never going to stop.
First big tip right
Can't
off the
escape.
bat after you select a prey target is look for the prey world quest that appears in the same
pre-watch it all
zone
day.
as your target. When you go to that world quest area, there are usually a large number of traps scattered throughout that world quest area that you can disarm. Each one of these traps gives you a nice chunk of hunt progress, and they respawn fairly quickly, so the fastest method is usually to accept your prey quest, head to the zone where the target is, and then go to that world quest area, disarming as many traps as possible, and then finally complete the world quest. Doing this repeatedly can progress the hunt
You're double dipping, too,
extremely
with this.
fast, and many players are able to spawn their prey in under 10 minutes time just focusing on this alone. Personally, I like to keep it somewhat natural and just combine the traps with the world quests and other content I do in the game. But if you really want to speed things up and sweat it out as fast as possible, focusing on this is the fastest way. Now, another small tip to watch for what happens after you fight your prey target is when they retreat, keep an eye out for a red mist cloud that can appear nearby. If you interact with that cloud, you can extract additional anguish from the target, which gives you extra progress in your hunt. So between using the trap-heavy world quest areas and then interacting with the red mist, you can speed up your hunts quite a bit. Now, if you're also interested in leveling up alternate characters in Midnight, there are a couple small tricks that can make the last few levels pretty much instantaneous.
Quick one on this. I don't know about leveling up alts, but gearing out alts, it changed with this week's reset. I mentioned this morning, world bosses now drop warbound gear. It used to be soulbound, and then this week's reset, for some reason, Blizzard decided to change it. It's now warbound. So yeah, getting gear from killing world bosses is now a thing for your alts.
Now, the first one is to save your Delve Quest turn-ins until you're in the late level 80s. Delve Quests give you a humongous chunk of experience, so instead of immediately turning them in as you complete them, finish the objectives first and then hold on to them around level 87 or 88. When you turn all them in all at once, it can push you through those final levels very quickly when the level scaling can get a little bit tough. Another really good trick is to save your first-time profession crafts. Many professions reward a large chunk of experience the first time you craft an item. So if you wait until the late level 80s as well, and you start doing these several first crafts in a row, you can earn a very nice amount of experience very quickly. You can get 2 to 3 levels by pretty much just turning in everything.
Hey, was it rares or was it world bosses? I got the article up right here. Rares. You're right. It's rares dropping warbound gear. My bad, I misspoke. Go ahead and fuck me, why don't you?
In the end. You could also speed up leveling a lot by simply just focusing on the main story campaign instead of doing tons of side content early. The Midnight campaign is designed to carry you through everything pretty efficiently and a really nice leveling route, so that is what I highly recommend. And then lastly, another small little boost is the War Mode bonus experience points increase as well. Additionally, if you're on any alternate characters, in Midnight they made it a bit confusing on where to go to skip the Midnight campaign and get caught up on an alt. Before, it was Bran in the War Within near the Delvers area, but now it's actually Sora Dormy, who is located in the main inn in Silvermoon.
Oh, I didn't realize she was there.
All you have to do is go up to Sora Dormy, click on her, ask to get caught up to the current campaign, and you will be good to go. Additionally, when it comes to PvP and getting geared up for that very quickly, there are a couple easy methods a lot of players seem to overlook here. First, always make sure you're checking for work.
Look at this fuckboy, just like a ranged DPSer sitting in the fucking mess. He's playing a druid right now. Just sitting up there, DPSing and killing people from the top. This is why I love being a Death Knight, because I pull these little pusses down into the battle. And then I fuck them up. That's right.
World PvP quest inside the Void Storm zone. These can reward PvP gear instantaneously, and that gear comes with a nice little tier set bonus that makes it much stronger for you out in the open world PvP. Another really easy way to farm PvP gear without dealing with a bunch of sweaty players is the Training Ground system. This is the brand new PvP mode introduced in Midnight, And in this mode, you're placed into a battleground against AI bots, which lets you practice your class in a PvP environment while still earning a good amount of rewards. Now,
I believe Blizzard recently nerfed the amount of honor you can get from this. But it's still fun to do if you want to like dabble in PvP.
I'll say the bots are geared pretty well, and they're wearing full PvP gear and can be a bit tanky, but the matches go by fairly quickly, and it's a great way to farm some PvP gear, learn your abilities, and then get comfortable with PvP without jumping straight into battlegrounds, where you'll pretty much just get rolled immediately. I also want to give a quick few tips on professions and profession knowledge. This isn't going to be a full gold making guide here. The goal here is to simply show you how to earn as much knowledge as possible for the least amount of work. Getting your knowledge early has been extremely lucrative for me, and it's how I've made millions of gold already in Midnight by crafting tools and gathering resources at a really efficient rate.
Oh yeah.
First up, make sure you loot all the profession knowledge treasures scattered around the world. Each profession can earn 24 knowledge points total from these hidden tools, and these stack up very quickly to boost your specialization trees to get you going. Next up, don't forget about the first craft bonus, where every time you craft an item for the first time, you earn 1 profession knowledge point. The easiest way to track this is by opening up your crafting window, using the drop-down filter to show first craft bonuses, and then you'll see what is available. Another very important source of knowledge gaining are patron crafting orders. If you go over to your profession crafting table and open the crafting orders tab, you'll see a section called patron orders at the top. These are NPC generated crafting orders designed to help teach you the system and reward you for crafting them. Not only that, they can reward you thousands of gold, but they can also grant you, more importantly, profession knowledge. So you want to make sure you complete these regularly whenever they are available. On top of that, you can also buy the plus 10 profession knowledge from certain renown vendors out in the world, and then gathering professions have another plus 10 knowledge purchase available from the abundance vendor. These are quick purchases that give you a big jump early on in progression, and it's how I've been able to make all of my gold.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't have a lot of comments here about professions because I'm not a profession Andy. I don't fucking do this shit at all. But I know for a fact, yeah, making a ton of gold early in the expansion off of professions is like a meta. It's so easy for people to do who actually want to do it, and you just make a shit ton of gold. And even if you don't want to craft shit, I just know for a fact gathering herbs and mining shit and just throwing it on the auction house early in the expansions, like it's like you're printing gold at that point. Yeah, printing gold instead of printing money. It's mining gold, I guess you could say.
The easiest way to track all of these knowledge sources is by using the add-on MyUse Knowledge Point Tracker. I don't know how I would be able to manage without it. The add-on shows you every possible knowledge source you can possibly get in the game. So if you want to get profession knowledge and get this up as fast as possible, definitely grab this. And then lastly, every single day under the comment section and our streams, we get asked about what add-ons we're using. I'm going to give you a quick little list of add-ons that I'm using right now.
The fuck? Who's playing this game with add-ons? The hell are you doing? And guess what I'm doing? Raw dog and WoW, no add-ons. I've been playing no add-ons since the expansion launched. I've been loving it. Don't have to update nothing. Don't have to worry about anything breaking shit. Don't have to worry about my frames dropping because some weird add-on doing weird shit. I've been playing the game the way it was intended to be played.
Midnight that I use every single day that I think is pretty much must-haves. First up, for some visual and UI changing add-ons to make things a little bit more immersive, number one, we have the Dialogue UI add-on. This changes the visual.
Okay, seriously though, if you do download one add-on, it would be Dialogue UI. I'm currently playing with it off because that's it. I just was like, I'm not playing with add-ons this expansion, but I do miss Dialogue UI a little bit because it's just pretty. All it is like it makes the questing experience a little bit more pretty when the thing pops up. He's showing it right here.
NPC talk screen to make it a lot more immersive and better in my opinion, so definitely download this. Next up, we got the Elite Player Frame as well as the EPF Custom Skins add-on. This puts a really immersive border around your character, depending on the class and spec that you are. You can also go inside of this and change it to a wide variety of options. I just think it gives it a little bit more visual flair, which is nice. I also combine this with the Adapt add-on, which makes my character portrait itself animated, which I find visually cool and reminds me of Warcraft 3. Also, we have the Waypoint UI add-on, which gives you an awesome little waypoint visual update across the board. So whenever you track something like a quest or whenever you ping in the distance, it gives you a nice little visual clarity waypoint which is nice. And then lastly, for an overall add-on, we have the Plumber add-on, and it's just a variety of amazing things for World of Warcraft. For example, it changes the look of your loot system, your renown page, and all your reputations and things like that you're tracking
all
throughout the week.
shit.
It's absolutely mandatory in my opinion, so definitely make sure to grab this. Also, for me trying to make gold, I have an add-on called Craft Sim, which just simulates how much something would cost to create to see if I would make a profit in the end. I also have Auctionator to scan the auction house for me and tell me how much everything is worth out in the world. And then lastly, for those patron orders, I have an add-on called No Match, No Make. This also displays the patron order system a lot better, so I can even see what I'm looking at. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up today's video on all the things players seem to not be doing 100% efficiently. Of course, I don't think there's anything wrong with just enjoying the game and playing it on a whim, obviously. It's just my job to help people understand the game and try to save themselves some time and heartache if they don't know what's going on. So I hope you guys got something from the video. We are also on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and we are officially a little over 1,500 subscribers left until we hit that crazy mark, which is nothing but a dream come true. If you guys learned anything in this video, please comment Midnight Hype in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next one. One last note we wanted to make.
Join their guild.
Or people to
join their guild.
If you enjoyed the content, consider subscribing or check out one of the videos you see on screen here to stay up to date on all things Warcraft. My name's Sky for the Comeback Kids. It's an absolute pleasure to make content for you all. I'll see you in the next one.
Nice video. Definitely subscribe to these guys. The link to the video that I'm watching is always down below if you're wondering who I'm currently stealing content from, right? But overall, nice video, really good tips here. Definitely, okay, crafting Andy's a lot in here for you. But anybody else, the crests, right? I think that's the biggest thing here. Do not waste your crests, and don't craft your main item yet. I know some of you guys in chat said, oh, I already fucking craft. Don't hate yourself. It's okay. It'll just take you another, like, 2 weeks or whatever to get caught up on that shit and craft a weapon or something, but you'll be fine. You just got to get your 4 sparks again. But overall, really nice tips here. A lot of this shit carries through into the season too, on what to do, as you're heading in. How do you spend your crests and all that? So nice shit here from the Comeback Kids. Subscribe to these guys. Get these guys to 100K. I'll link this video in the chat too, so you guys can sub to them. Nice video again.